ای عزیز در رعایت دلها کوش و عیب کسان می پوش و دین به دنیا مفروش بدان که ایزد تعالی در ظاهر کعبه‌ای بنا کرده که از سنگ و گل است و در باطن از جان و دل است. آن کعبه ساخت ابراهیم خلیل است و این کعبه بنا کرده رب جلیل. ابراهیم آن کعبه را از بت‌ها پاک گرداند، تو این کعبه را از هوا و هوس پاک گردان. عرض سلام و خسته نباشید خدمت شما بیننده‌های عزیز و شاگردان ارجمند دارم و سال نو 1399 سال تعلیمی 1399 خدمت شما عزیزان تبریک و تهنیت عرض می دارم. به امید که یک سال خوب و خوش داشته باشیم و به امید یک سال که ما بتانیم انشاءالله که در صفا و صمیمیت و در صلح و دور از امراض به سر ببریم. بحث امروز ما دوستا این هست که انشاءالله ما تا دقایقی که در خدمت شما هستیم میخوایم که مضمون انگلیسی صنف 11 همر با شما پیش ببریم. قبل از شروع درس خوب است که من یک معرفی کوتاهی از خود داشته باشم تا اینکه بیشتر با هم آشنا بشین. اسم من فایز است، تخلص تحصیل دارد و استاد انگلیسی صنوف 10 11 و 12 هستم و انشالله که در این مدت که با هم هستیم بتونیم چیزهای زیادی را استفاده بکنین. بحث امروز ما در رابطه به فایر یا آتش هسته. Okay, today we are going to start from the first lesson. Our first lesson is about the fire. You can see here that fire. What is fire? Maybe before we start the lesson, you think, oh, what is fire? How happened the fire? Or where happened the fire? Or why happened the fire? Okay, and here, before we discuss about the fire, we have some objectives that we study these objectives, and after that, when we know about the objectives or know what we will study in this lesson, after that we go to another pages and we study carefully about those pages, and when I say or I teach you, you must have a draft, a pencil, and note them. Okay, and here we have a direction. At the end of this unit, the students will be able to what? These are the objectives of this lesson, and you must know about these objectives. The first one is discuss or talk about emergency cases. In here, in this lesson, you will study about emergency. What is emergency? We will study in the next section about emergency. And the second one, read a topic about Kentucky and its meaning. Okay? It is also clear for all of you that what is Kentucky? What is Kentucky? Maybe you think that Kentucky is the name of place, maybe the name of a restaurant, the name of a hotel, or the name of a school. After studying a topic about Kentucky, on that time you will know what is Kentucky. Okay, and the third one, give instructions in case of fire. Okay, there are some instructions that we will study about those instructions, and some of them are very strong instructions that you must observe. Okay, the fourth one, note the ways of learning, the meaning, spelling, pronouncing, and explaining of new words. And here you know that when we study a new lesson, on that time you must focus about, for example, the meaning of the lesson, the spelling, the pronouncing, explaining, and new words. It is also common that in all new lessons that you study, on that time you must focus or concentrate about these things as I told you before, about the meaning, about the spelling, about pronouncing, explaining, or new words. Before you start the new lesson, you must try to have dictionary. It's my recommendation that all the time, if you want to study a new lesson individually, you must have dictionary, and you can download. Yeah, I know that all of you have mobile. You can download dictionaries to your mobile. Download and install the dictionary, or set up the dictionary to your mobiles. Okay, and after that, when you face with some new words, you can, for example, write the new words on the dictionary, and after that you know which kind of word it is. Word is this? It is noun, for example, noun, or verb, or adverb, adjective, or something else. After finding the words, on that time you will be able to translate the text, the context, the novel, the story. Okay. And also pronouncing is also very important. When your teacher, for example, teach you, you must focus about the pronunciation of your teacher. You know that pronunciation is very important. Maybe some of time you, for example, recite the Holy Quran. During reciting the Holy Quran, maybe on that time you focus about the pronouncing. You must observe the pronunciation. Because Allah Ta'ala told us, وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا رُبَّ قَارٍ يَقْرَأَ الْقُرْآنَ وَالْقُرْآنَ يَلْأَنُهُ. In here you know that all the time you must try to observe the recite of the Holy Quran. Okay, and the last one is write a letter from notes. There is a short letter. After studying the letter, you will know how to write a letter to your friends. For example, if today you want to write a letter to your friend to Canada, for example, to Russia, to Iran, you must know how to write them. You must know, for example, about what? About the title, about the body, and about the conclusion. On that time, you will know how to write and how to send your letter to your friends. Okay, and now we will go to another page. And the second page, we can see a photo. On that time, you will think about this photo. Oh, what is this? What is this? Oh, why this happened? Why this happened? Where this happened? And when this happened? Maybe you think about this picture. You know that this is a fire. And this lesson and our lesson is about a fire. And you know about the fire, when a fire happened, for example. Some of the time, if for example, we suddenly face with some electricity, for example, fire, or oil fire, gasoline fire, maybe on that time we try, for example, to have a number, a firefighter number, and call them. Okay, in here we try to know how to know, for example, the numbers of firefighter, the numbers of ambulance, and something else. Now we go to the next page. In this page, we discuss about fire and about emergency numbers. In here, you can see there is a discussion. That this discussion is about the fires. And at first, look at the telephone numbers on the right, then answer the questions below. After studying these things, after that, there are some questions that you must focus about them and to respond or to answer to another question that we have below. Okay, and here you know emergencies numbers, that all the time you must try to have these numbers. If you have these numbers to your home, maybe one time you will face with some emergency fires. On that time, if you have these numbers, you can call them. For example, the first one, fire. Okay, in here, what is the number of firefighter? 119 or 119? 119. Police, 100 or 100. Ambulance, 102 or 102. And traffic accident, 119 or 119. Now you know the numbers of these things about the fire, police, ambulance, traffic accident. And now in here we have some other things that you try to find the numbers. Okay, medical, doctor, hospital, public services, electricity, water, airport. Okay, and these are also good if you have, for example, the numbers of them. Okay, and here we have some questions, and now you think and guess about this question. How to answer or respond to this question. The first question, where does this speech come from? You think about this. Where does this speech come from? Maybe you think it's come from, for example, to the Ministry of Interior Affairs. Or maybe you think that maybe it comes from, for example, from the hospital. No, it comes from what? From firefighter station. Fire station. It comes from fire station. Now you know fire station. Okay, the second one, what is an emergency? What is an emergency? For example, one of the time maybe you will face suddenly with, for example, with a firefighter. On that time, you need to have emergency number. Now you know what is emergency. Okay, can you give some examples of emergencies? You guess. Now, can you give some examples about what? About emergencies? Yeah, of course. Maybe, for example, maybe one of the time, for example, electricity fires happen or gasoline fire happen. On that time, you, for example, you want to call to the firefighter to put off the fire. Okay, like this. And now let's go to the next part of this lesson. Then discuss these questions about emergencies in English with your teacher. Okay, now you think how to discuss about this question with your teacher. What do you guess about these questions? Okay, the first question, for example, who deals with traffic accidents? Who deals with traffic accidents? Maybe you think people? No. Who? Yeah. Now I say to you, who deal with traffic accident? Traffic deal with traffic accident. And the second one, who deals with fires? Who deals with fires? You guess about this question. Who deals with fires? Yeah, I know that you know completely about these questions. Who deals with fires? Firefighter. Firefighter deals with fire. Okay, you know about firefighters, about fireman. You know that fireman is brave, honestly, strong, like this. How do fires start? How do fires start? I told you before that how do fires start? I told you before that fire start with electricity, with lighter, with gasoline, and anything else. Okay, where is your nearest fire station in Herat? You think, where is your nearest fire station in Herat? Maybe most of you know about the fire station. I think the fire station is on 6th district, I think, and maybe you agree with me like this. Okay, and you must know where is the nearest fire station. You must know about this. And the last one, what do you know about firemen? And here it is very important, what do you know about firemen? Okay, we will study one passage about firefighter. On that time, you will know more that who is firefighter, when we can, for example, go to firefighter, when we can find a job in firefighter. Okay, now you know that the firemen are those men that they are very strong, brave, honest, and they are very good people that they all the time they try, for example, to help another people. Okay, now let's go to the next page. Okay, in the next page we study a letter. We study a letter. I told you before that there is a short letter. There is a short letter that some of the time, for example, during the vacation, now you want to, for example, now you're free. You want to write, for example, a letter to your classmate. You want to write a letter, for example, to your friends, to your relations. How to write this letter? You must know the regulations of the letter. If you know the regulations of the letter, on that time it is so easy that you try to write the letter to your friends, relations, and classmates. Okay, in here I write the direction of this, and after that we discuss about the letter, writing from notes. Okay, sometimes students visit interesting places and their local region or people with interesting jobs, they come and talk to other students in the class. The letter below was written by a boy at a high school in Kabul to commander of fire station. First, study the letter with your teacher, and now we want to, for example, about this letter. You know, if at first if you focus about the picture of this letter, maybe you know how to write this letter, and after that in the next section I will say completely about the regulations of writing the letter. Okay, thank you very much for this time. In the next section, God willing, I'll be here and I'll teach you English, or if you have any question to your mind, you note your questions on a draft, and after that you can message your question to me, and all the time I'm at service of you to respond to your question. Thank you very much. Have a nice time. Wish you all the best. See you.